following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
So, you will eventually catch up with Anne and Jennifer, who are investigating the car.
And Kichwa?
Kichwa is also there. He is talking... No, it's wrecked. It's wrecked. He is talking with a guy with a press hat on and with notes. Yes, and then it is appearing that there is many things. You, sir, I am telling you. There is many things going on, but we are not to tell you of them until the investigation is complete. If the bad people were to know the things that we know, they would be able to hide further things. So you must not tell anyone about this yet. I am trusting you with the secrets of our people. Oh, yes, of course. Mr. Kichwa, was it? Yes, and you're from Bengalia. Okay. Is that somewhere in Africa? Why do people keep assuming that? It is honestly closer to Chile than anywhere else. Ivory Lana is our neighbor, and they are not to be trusted. Oh, no, of course not. Wait, who? Yeah. Somewhere in Asia. Oh, me no talkie of man. No of man map. Me am just for here with spear and to God. Yes, of course.
I'll check in with the girls, because they're at least...
No, Roxy, did you leave Kishwa alone to make comment to someone? Who's he?
You can't see him from there.
I just arrived and he was talking to some press man.
Anne's like, well, Jennifer's found some things and I've found some things. Which things would you like to know about first?
The most pertinent one? No. Do that thing where you start at the least pertinent ones and build the way up. I like that.
Let's spend 5 minutes working out a plan. Okay. Well, first of all, this car had 3 occupants. You can tell that from the way that the rear suspension is completely busted out from some incredible weight, but just on one side. So the big mutant was in the back. And that's weird because, look, 2 doors. So they would have had to pull the seat forward. And that gave me an idea. What if there was rubbing? So we sent Kichwa back along, and he found this bag full of clothing fibers.
Excellent.
But that's not all. We know that there is a professional driver behind this car because the gas tank is empty. It has, how much would you say in it? Well, judging from the burn-off, there was maybe like a few ounces left, which means they precisely calculated where they were going to drop this thing. And
they wanted
here.
To be light as well.
Fast.
Yeah.
And we found some cinder blocks in the blue boot on the opposite side to the suspension damage, meaning he wanted to offset the weight. And they didn't just have him sit in the middle because the money must have been in the back right-hand side.
And because we know the money's notes, it's not as heavy as gold coin.
Now, the next thing I've learned is that this car isn't a Charger. It has the body of a Charger, a 68, and they've wrecked it, and I'm pissed. But, look under the hood. This is an engine type that is entirely custom and does not conform to any standard manufacture. But I've seen it in a car magazine. This is a racing engine developed for Iwan Hossaman, the race team. Only they ever had this engine, and they weren't allowed to compete with it because they refused to give up the details. The details of it were leaked months later before they re-entered the competition. This burns kerosene.
So it wasn't only not much petrol, it wasn't much kerosene.
So where was the petrol from the tank going? Slide underneath with me. Look at that little thing. That's a petrol engine. A very small one, like from a lawnmower. That's the high-pitched noise everyone was hearing. They disguised the engine noise by running a petrol engine. It doesn't look, it's not hooked up to anything.
Why the elaborate... But why would they leave this
To
here?
then burn it?
Yeah,
Because they wanted us to find these details.
exactly.
That's what I think. Now, this engine isn't built out of the right materials for it to be Owen Hosselman's engine. They used stainless steels and brass. This is solid cast construction. Look at the seams. No part numbers on any of them because they were custom cast. This is designed to lead us nowhere. Which means...
So...
I asked a cop. You wanted the last bit first, right? There have been robberies that use this engine and this kind of car before, and we know who did it. They went to prison, and they're recently out. And I have their address,
Interesting.
and their phone number, and a picture. It's the pain train, baby!
You have all that on you, right? Where did you get all that?
Cop sent a fax through.
Oh, damn.
Hello.
I was going to say, if all of this is a red herring for us to find...
Jennifer's like, I don't think this was pain train.
All of those fibers and everything you also found?
We'll have to check them out.
But they could also be red herrings as well.
Look, this is elaborate. And pain train works at a bank. Not First National, Second National.
So he would...
In fact, we saw him.
Yeah. About a month and a half ago.
So, I would say this is some kind of elaborate setup that the staff are putting on for us as a test. It's not going to be pain train, he went good.
But what about the bodies?
Are they real? We'll have to test. It could be pig's blood.
True.
Delicious pigs.
They did a good job with the bodies, because...
We'll have to wait for the lab results to come back. I've sent off a bunch of stuff. We should get results in weeks.
So it's either a test or it's a pain train framer.
Or he's actually involved in bank robberies again. At least send someone to ask questions of the dude. We know where he works.
Still trying to hear back as to whether this was the route that the truck was supposed to go in the first place. Because it's a very odd route through a residential area. Didn't come from the shops and other banks.
So a cop's going to approach you with this information. Look, you're with the investigation team. We were told to look into the bank truck's route. I got some information if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to the bank, it should not be near this area. It should have been going onto the highway and heading out to Vegas. Okay? According to them, they got radio signals that they were being chased by guys with guns in a hot rod car or some kind.
Yep.
So they diverted to Route C, which actually would take them back to a high-security garage for them to drive into. Well, it looks like the bad guys knew Route C or whatever and jumped them.
Okay, so they were on a prescribed route, and they were taking it because they were they were being pursued.
That's the word. How much time we got? Are we up to the next 4-hour mark?
We're already just over 3.
Oh, okay, good. Keep an eye.
You got anything you can leave with me? I'll pass it around inside my group.
Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you for your service, officer.
Yeah.
Roxy, I got that information you wanted?
Guess this makes me a detective. No.
Yeah, well...
Looks like they were on the highway. They were being pursued, so they switched over to a prescribed Route C to head to a security facility, and it looks like these guys knew what Route C was. They got jumped en route.
They were probably deliberately chased here in order to go there, because this was where the real trap was. So were they in out of town?
Don't know. They were on the highway.
They were heading to Vegas from here.
En route to Vegas.
En route to Vegas from... What was their initial...
Second National Bank. Sorry, First National Bank.
First National to Vegas.
So yeah, they were never meant to. So something, diverted them here.
Chased by a They radioed in. They were being chased by a hot rod car of some description, and
guys with guns.
And guns. Doesn't mention they were fired on, but they clearly knew these guys had guns.
Wait, am I hearing that? Guns? Hang on a minute. This thing's burnt to a Hang on a minute. I think we fucked up. We definitely fucked up.
Oh?
The gas in the tank wasn't powering that engine at all. Or not much of it. It wouldn't take much to power a little motor like that. It was stored there to gas the car for its torching. Which means... if there's guns, maybe there's casings inside I can find. We're going to have to get this towed back to a garage and have it taken apart.
What? Does anybody know why there'd be 2 money sacks split open and the money taken out? Why didn't they just keep the sacks?
Especially
why did they discard them?
Maybe those were the sacks that the die packs came out of?
Kitchwa is like, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Your land chariots, they normally have wheels.
Yes.
Where are the wheels?
I will look.
There aren't wheels. It's on bricks. How
So
did
they-
none of us notice that?
I didn't realise it was on bricks. So I was like, initially I would have just been like, well, they would have belted off with the temperature of the... But even then it takes a fucking lot of fire to melt a tyre.
Mm-hmm. A petrol fire wouldn't do it.
Yeah. They took... they took time to...
I don't like any of this. Can you get this thing towed back to the police garage and have their guys take it apart? I think we're being fucked with.
Wait a minute. Can you tell before we do that how long this car has been like this here?
What would I even look for? Okay. There's a 20.
If it got burned that much, there'd still be more heat, wouldn't there?
You're right. It's too cold. I'll get some samples of the thing, and we'll test it in the lab for the things, oxidation and that, and we'll see. Because this could have been here. This could just be a complete fucking frame up.
Also, people would have noticed smoke, right? In the
Well,
neighborhood.
we haven't gotten any of our interview team down here to ask around.
Okay, we need a car towed away. We've got about all the evidence we can get off it here.
I will take care of that.
On top of that, can we get some investigation teams to come down and ask some questions of the locals around here as well? If you're done at that end.
We'll start making our way down to the...
So you guys eventually arrive, and you get to the house right outside it. There's a car there. It's on bricks. The car is completely burnt out. The ground underneath it has no scorch marks.
Just gonna turn and walk up to one of the doors and just knock on it.
Yes?
I'm sorry to disturb you, sir. I just had a very simple question.
I'm sorry, and you are?
DMV. We're investigating the
course.
site of the crime.
Oh, of course, sir.
Alvin Clay,
Ah, of course.
DMV.
Mortimer Hubert.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Mortimer.
Aloysius J. Montgomery.
The vehicle over there, the one that's up on bricks.
It's about time someone came to move that. It's been there for 3 days.
That seemed...
Cluttering up our neighborhood.
Thank you, sir. And how long has it been on fire? It's
It-
burnt out.
When I first noticed it, it was already burnt out, and the police have done nothing about it. I've called and called and called.
So it's been there for about 3 days.
3 days. 3 long days dragging down my property values.
Well, we'll get that cleaned up as soon as possible, sir. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you for getting rid of it.
Just before I go, have you seen any more of these cars? They seem to be quite popular these
All
days.
those kids are always driving around in their hot rods and their VW combi vans.
You seen one of the same make, but black and yellow?
Well, like a bumblebee?
Like a bumblebee.
Nope. Sorry.
So, anyway, thank you for your time, sir.
Okay.
Wander on over to the car. It's been here 3 days.
Oh, officer. I don't suppose you'd want to know why this was left on our doorstep as well. We called the police about it, but no one showed up. Are you here to investigate this? It's a money bag. Empty. Slashed down the side.
Well, we
No, I've laundered it, so it's all clean. Well, actually, I had the maid do it.
See, I clean good. Scrub and detergent.
Well,
Good job, Rosarita.
Thank you very much for bringing this to our attention, sir.
Damn it, Rodriguez, get back to it!
See.
Wandering back over with the money bag. Any of you got a baggie?
Well, from what I overheard,
Yes.
this thing has already been...
Chain of evidence.
Yeah.
So,
So,
you
guys,
need to sign there. Thank you. My God, your penmanship is amazing.
thank you.
Did he say when it was left on the doorstep?
When he mentioned it had already been laundered,
Yeah.
I kind of lost interest. The car's been there for about 3 days. It explains why it's up on bricks. Local youths probably wanted the tires.
And just looks really embarrassed. How did I not notice it was on bricks? Or think it was relevant, because obviously I did see that they were.
I've never seen a burned out car on bricks before. It's
Well,
kind
what's
of
the point?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have said that they might have removed the tires for the track evidence, but I mean, this alone is evidence enough.
A police tow vehicle shows up and just starts dragging it onto the trailer.
Can I contact the police through this as well? Or do I have to...
If you'll be able to talk to the police liaison.
Police, how come we weren't told about reports of
This is news.
vehicle?
This is news to us. What reports?
We have a civilian here who made reports of claiming that 3 days ago they've been asking...
Let me get back to the station house and I'll find out about that.
So what colours is this car that's being loaded up onto the trailer?
Burnt.
Yeah, it's... I was going to say it's charred.
It's burnt. Maybe when they get back and forensic it up in the garage, they might be able to get some intact paint flecks out, but it's going to have to be taken apart. There's going to be some days. Unless you guys want a rush job.
Well, here's a question.
It burned out every corner of the chassis, and there's no evidence of the colour of the vehicle left.
Here's a question. Was it put up on bricks by local teens? Or were the tires removed by whoever brought it? Was it towed here? Was it driven here?
You don't know.
Well, it seems to be indicated that it was burnt before it was brought here, right? Like,
So someone must have dropped it off. Possibly in the night when no one would have noticed.
Well, it's been here for 3 days, and he said he's been calling the city about it to have it removed.
Well, then there should be some record of that.
yeah, cops apparently said they didn't know anything about it, but they're looking into it now.
Anything fancy or different about that hunk of junk?
It had
Oh,
an
yeah.
extremely bizarre custom engine and a small lawnmower motor put underneath it to give it that high-pitched sound. So someone wanted us to... It doesn't make sense now we know it's just been sitting here.
So it fits the MO of the car that was mentioned, but it's not the same vehicle.
It can't be if it's been here for 3 days. Also, it fits the MO of a series of bank robberies that happened a while ago, performed by the Pain Train.
Oh, shit.
Which means there must be at least another car similar to this.
Okay, so...
Which we already have an APB on.
Alright, but he went legit and stuff, right?
Is it a bank? I think we should send someone down there to have a chat.
Definitely, but we got more intel on how he got busted, right? So, what shops are capable of casting this engine?
In town, I wouldn't even know. It doesn't look like a good casting job, Titanium says. I mean, it's a replica of the engine. It's a performance race engine. It's made with the wrong materials, and I can't imagine it would be very good.
The nature of that engine you said was made public. How much of the engine was made public?
The whole design got leaked to the community, so anyone with the skill could make it. But, like I said, it was cast parts
Well, here's the thing to
out of
keep
the wrong
in mind.
material.
Yeah, if it's made out of cheaper materials, it's most likely not going to be from somebody who could afford to make it out of what it's supposed to be.
So we should look into some local chop shops to see if maybe they've been asked to do some custom work.
So, has anyone checked with the owner of this house to see if this was their car?
You just spoke to
Oh, I
him.
thought he'd crossed the road to speak to the others.
Oh, okay. No,
Nobody's
we haven't.
interviewed anybody down here. That's why we called the interviewees, basically.
No, we haven't. Do you want to take care of that?
Cypher, one more?
Of course.
Walk up.
No. You knock on the door, it swings open a little bit from the force of your knock. Cypher's just like...
Cypher? Okay, oh shit.
I want
I do not know why I did that.
I want a listing of all garages within a 10-mile radius.
Roxy, something just set Cypher off. We're going to investigate this house. Gradually send some more backup, maybe.
Okay.
We're-
Dex, can you sense any minds in that house?
I cannot. But that doesn't mean everything.
No, I know.
Start doing the room sweep and clear
Okay,
thing.
let's get a roll.
Right, what would that be?
What do you got? No. Like investigate or procedure. If you have a procedure thing, police procedure, police skills, investigator skills.
Investigation's probably the closest thing.
Give me that then.
Alright, so that would be 25. 11 in
On the bottom floor, there is no one. There is, however, a burnt roast in the oven, a fridge full of food that is still good. Power is on and running. And upstairs, in the bedroom, you find 2 people tied up.
Oh shit, maybe ambulance or something?
They are still alive.
We got people tied up and incapacitated up here.
Okay, call an ambulance. Priority 1.
It's on the way.
Start loosening
the
the
house
bombs to
number? I
make sure
can't
it's not
tell
like
from-
cutting off their circulation.
We should not interfere. We should photograph first and then untie them. I know it seems cruel, but
Okay.
I will... He'll just take out that little kit and he'll just start putting the print strips on, going, pack it away, hand it to you, just in case there are prints on their bodies. Yeah, now we will free them.
Yeah, okay, but can we not refer to them as bodies, even though I know you're using
That is
it
their...
I
Well,
know-
they're persons.
I know it may seem cruel, keep their hands tied.
That is wise. They are not conscious.
When I'm not helping him, I will be looking around for family pictures and the etc. on the walls just to see if it's...
There are pictures with kids.
There are children in their pictures. I haven't found any here.
Check hiding places like closets.
I will continue doing this, but you should not be alone.
Does the
And
place have
will
an
you
attic?
join him?
Yeah. Dex,
And comes in just like all metally.
okay, Dex, if we're looking for scared kids in this house, can you start...
I don't sense any. Not in that house.
Is there an attic? Look for like a pull string or somewhere on the roof just in case there's an upstairs.
Oh, that's spooky.
After me.
And you're very heavy right now in those rickety stairs. So, I'll go up, I'll have a look, and I won't move away from the hole, so I can jump down like a scared little bitch if it's scary.
There doesn't seem to be anything but boxes.
Lots of boxes.
You want scared kids? I've found scared kids. 2
Yeah.
doors down.
Is there anything else in that place?
A normal family. Going about normal family things.
Are the kids anywhere near this other family?
Look, I'm at a range here.
Sorry. Tom and Harm, you were... Go check out that place, see if you can find those kids.
Flare.
Because they were the other investigators.
And they can both fly. Take 2 doors down, you hear. Scared children, come out! I promise to not destroy you. I am the one who will protect you.
No.
No one can hurt you while we are here. Indeed. You should come out.
Yay, it's the
We are
Wonder
the
Twins.
we are the government. I'm just wearing a fireproof Speedo, I don't think. Children, do not be afraid. I have secured 2 terrified, starving children. The residents of the house are querying our place here and why we are both wearing swimsuits and taking children. Help.
Just explain that you're DMV and you can't answer that right now.
Very well.
I would like to have a look around, like... it's an attic. I just want to see if there's, like, footprints in the dust or anything that indicates someone's been
Go
up
on.
here.
Could we get some food and drinks for 2 small scared children? Maybe some blankets?
Of course.
32.
There is.
Someone's been up here recently.
Children-sized footprints.
Little footprints. Kids might have hid up here. Well, at least someone small. Someone small's been up here, so I am...
Right. I have just had a riffle through the kids' minds because they're too terrified to answer questions of the super buff lady and Mr. Fire.
Fair enough.
They saw their parents told them to get up into the attic and hide and not make a sound, and then to get out when the bad people came. They saw 3 people burst in at the bottom of the stairs before they came down to dinner. There was a big guy, huge guy, and 2 smaller ones, all of them men, all of them wearing blackened hoods. Like ski masks, not hoods.
Dinner when, by the way?
This would have been about 4 days ago.
Okay.
If those people have been up there, they're nearly dead. You've got to get them to a hospital.
We've got ambulances are on the way. And we got food and water and blankets for the kids.
Okay, so this is now part of a crime scene up here. Do you want me to investigate here, or am I going to just disturb another...
Well, you've had investigation classes. Go ahead, Alvin.
We will get the cops to cordon off that house as well, though. More cones, more numbers.
Oh boy, this just keeps getting bigger.
So no adult footprints or anything? So
Not fresh.
I don't think the men came up here.
No.
Just peeing, and it's just going to be like nudging some of the boxes just to see, were the kids hiding behind?
Yes, they seem to have been hiding behind a group of boxes.
And then how did they get out? Is there like one of those shutter...
Yes, and it is not locked.
I think I found how the kids got out.
Look, there's a trestle that a kid could climb down.
Police, could we get as much information on the residents of whatever number it is, like 68 or whatever?
Look on
Something
the drive.
straight.
Cypher, if you're done with them, is there like a diary or anything beside the phone with other family members listed?
There is a contact book here.
Next of kin for the kids? Yeah.
I will pass it on to the police, who are best to handle this.
So it looks like the kids got out on the north side?
Yeah.
North side of the house. Looks like Little Nippers climbed down into the yard and ran away.
Why did they not go to a neighbor?
Well, didn't they?
Why did they not announce themselves and tell the neighbors what went on? Why did they hide for so long?
And their parents were, jumped in the kitchen or the bedroom? How did they tell their kids what to do?
Nobody reported any smoke coming from the oven that was clearly left on.
And someone must have turned it off. We should get prints.
Okay.
The men probably turned it off in order to stop the fire.
We've got a list of garages in the local in the city that can do engine rebuilds and that, but these 2 here, we suspect of dodginess.
Well, we look into them first.
This one, it might have Blue Gang group ties. And this one, we don't know what's behind it, but we have suspected for a while that they're doing something shady. But all our detectives went nutty and useless.
So we're going to have to go there ourselves and start questioning.
I'm going to go rejoin Anne and go, thanks, Anne. I feel a lot more confident having you here.
Really? You're indestructible, aren't you? I wish I'd realised that sooner.
Is anybody actually free now to go off out of the crime scene and start questioning these garages?
That sounds like something you'd want to do.
Yeah. Who wants to come with me?
Do you want us to stay here until the paramedics get a ride, or because we?
I'll go check out at least one of these garages if.
Well, I mean, Dex probably might need to stay here at the scene, but if I take Cypher and Anne, we're a good team to go after one of the sites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go.
Sweet.
So is someone else gonna?
You arrive at one of the garages.
I'll be like, Dex, you're in charge while I'm away.
It's Rusty Spoons.
Yep, we'll be waiting out. So, Anne, are you confident going in and asking questions all government-like?
Sure.
Okay.
She'll just walk around the back of the garage and through the open thing, but there's a bunch of grease monkeys monkeying.
Oh, and Cypher and I can both lift over the left shoulder, right shoulder.
Hey, boys! Oh, hey. Ma'am. I'm looking to have an engine rebuilt. A race engine. Or are you? Yeah. It's pretty esoteric. I got the plans out of a magazine. Oh, did you? Yeah, I was hoping to have it fit into my Charger. Two guys pull out guns. Oh,
I wouldn't.
I really wouldn't do that. Bang! Ping! Good shot. That hit me.